Hi everyone. How are we all this evening? Yeah, quite an earlier start than usual. I don't usually have this, but I have got coffee with me today. Which I don't tend to have about our usual start time. So who have we got? Lee, Cumber... Put those together, Lee and Cumber. It sounds like I'm just referring to Lee there. So we'll say Lee Cumber, comma, Cumber Danes, Guardian Armor, and a hydrated bot. In spirit. Hope we're all doing well. I have protein bar as well. Approximately, I'd probably go into quadruple digit range on that, just to be safe. Sorry about this, that's where we are starting. Well, I'd like to turn the lights off, actually. We'll keep the lamps on for now, at least. I don't know if we'll go all lights out like we did yesterday. Alright, Mum. How you doing, Retro? Thanks for coming out. There we are. Yeah, so, God, we were on this a long time last night. I think the intention is to not go as crazy late as that. I certainly hope not. I can't make that a habit every time. Or at the very least, if I'm going to go that late, I need to start earlier. Heck, maybe we'll make a habit of trying to start... Would be quite nice to start this side of 8 PM, actually. Right, what was that? Was that 70, the music, I think? Okay. Right. 3 AM stream. It was bordering that, and I don't like that it was bordering that. That was bad jazz. Oh god. Speaking of bad jazzum.
I am the Lizard Queen!
I should have known that. Oh god. I should have known that would be popular. I like it. Oh my. Oh, what? That sounded like a monkey then. I don't think it was. Sounded like a chimp. With alternate chimp noises. Oh. I got excited because I saw power up as text. I was like, oh, we powered up. No, that's just the name of the chapter. Never mind. Let me get on soon off as well. Hello, Kasai. How are you? Oh god. Well, usual happy shenanigans going on in this game then. I'll tell you what we'll do actually. If I where is it? Where's instead of shotgun for end? Is it there's like numbering for all the yeah, weapon category, so I'll make that weapon category 5. We can go between assault rifle and shotgun on that button. No, we can't, because I got the wrong one. God, it's all going on over there, isn't it? You've got a Minecraft pet, have you, God? Well, that's terribly exciting. How did that transpire? And what did you name said Minecraft pets? Oh, good, because I wanted to get on your Rimfit stream earlier. Wanted to get on that, though. Oh, jeez. I don't know what I expected from that, but... Oh, good. Well, we got some health at least, but... but I make promises on that in terms of intentional murders. I can't be held accountable for ones that were me making stupid mistakes. You know this. You know this to be true. Alright, Lee. Yeah, no, not really, Lee. No, I think I've only played Half-Life 1 a little bit on Steam, and even then, not that much, so... I've obviously been hearing about these games for years, they obviously seem very good. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Ah. Oh, that was magnificent. Okay, these ones we can actually, Wow, we're gonna retry that. Yeah, tough game, this. Right, see if we can actually sneak by without... Well, that's a no. Yeah, there's, Yeah, so this specifically, as you can see, like, on the overlay and such, this is the, remake. This is the remake, which, I think people generally seem to agree is the best way to... I need you to face around, mate, so we can... At least, fool ourselves into thinking we can get by you. Well, never mind them. But yeah, I've been loving this game, Lee. It still works its magic, I think especially in this remake form. I think this remake has changed things up a little bit. I think the ending chapters in particular aren't... they're not seen as a highlight in the original Half-Life, so they did change them a bit for this. I think people generally prefer that. Oh, jeez. It's never a dull moment around you. Oh, hello.
Jesus.
It's alright.
How close you were to get one between your eyes.
Oh god, we need that, costume charge, desperately.
That train down there will take us to the surface. I would try myself, but it's a long way down to the generator room.
Oh.
Things in the way.
He's not helping. Oh, Jesus, speaking of. Look, they're clipping through the, What? They were clipping through the wall.
Looks like you can handle this one yourself.
Oh, we do have the, where is it? Yeah, we have that.
I think I'm gonna have to sit this one out.
Yeah, we do have our, Magnum. Although I think there is a little bit of, at least so far, there's a bit of, sneaking past, Yeah, there they are. There is a bit of sneaking past enemies that are a little bit beyond our power level.
Stay out of the big guy's way. You should be fine.
So yeah, we're about 7 chapters in on this, 7 out of 20. Oh, really, Cumber? Oh, gosh. Yeah, guards, I'd be up for DKC. That'd be really fun. What's this? Yeah, that'd be good fun. I mean, it should be stated that the co-op on Donkey Kong Country, it is you take turns on it, so it's not simultaneous, but it's still quite fun. It's a nice way to kind of it's like just making past the controller kind of co-op gameplay, just integrating that a little bit more. It is cool though. Hi Rabbit, thank you so much for coming in. I hope work's going well. We're not going to be on for too long tonight, probably. Maybe, oh god. Maybe about an hour and a half more, I would guess. Although we'll play that by ear a little bit. I hope these horrible sounds of head crab slaughter. I hope they're not too. I hope there's not a detriment to work productivity. Oh dear. These definitely are detriment to work productivity. There we go. I think we're all out of assault rifle. This sounds weird to say. I do like that. I do like that ammunition is in reasonably short supply on this. You do have to be quite careful on that front. I mean, that's going to be tough for us, but I like the tension that brings. Again, I like kind of horrible horror game stuff that's horrible for the player, but it does make for an interestingly tense kind of experience. I'm not against. Why am I not throwing that? That did it? I'd hope so. We quite a lot of grenades were wasted on that. I don't tend to have very good grenade aim in this kind of game. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to be streaming too long tonight. I mean, we're not going past midnight tonight. At least probably not. I might be doing something with family, basically. And even if not, I probably should have a slightly shorter one. But I'll probably try and play this every weekday evening for the rest of the week. Might see if we can get it done by the end of Friday, although we shan't make that too... like, I don't know how long the ending chapters will be on this and whatnot. I mean, if I end up breaking that, it probably wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world, right? I assume they weren't on our side, right? Although they were, oh, man. I'll teach you. Yeah, this game is brutal. It's pretty shocking how just quickly, I guess it would be the case IRL, give or take, but you just go into a new area and you just get obliterated with bullets, but you can also withstand quite a lot of damage. At least on the... Hi, Cricken. How you doing, Cricken? Yeah, you can at least withstand a lot of damage on the this easier setting. If we were on anything higher than this, we would be dying constantly. I'd be willing to guess.
Run! Fire for the hole!
Oh dear. Ah, God, there's quite a, you really can't be too close to, yeah, it's quite, unforgiving on how close you can be to, oh, jeez. To explosions as well, Hello. God. Is that the only one? Yeah. Who's that yeah-in? I assume they want me... Oh, jeez. Ah! Where's that coming from? Oh, there we are. Nope. Forgot we had those. We've got mines we can place on the wall as well. Oh dear. It's one of those games where everyone without fail wants you dead. But we do have a power suit on, so the odds aren't... They're mostly stacked against us, but not completely. Cumber. Freeman must fry mode. That's beautiful. And he makes Philip J. Fry sounds when he dies. How are you doing, Electro? Thank you so much for coming in. We'll try and get maybe a couple of chapters done tonight. it's always difficult to assume with this kind of game how long parts of the game will take. I mean, we did, yeah, we are on chapter 7, aren't we? Because we did, yeah, we did 6 chapters last night. And chapter 6 took us bloody ages because we got lost for a good while. I did need to consult help on that one. Oh, can we, Eee. Ow. I assume that would be, well, I guess not. I assume that'd be a powerful enough current to, propel us upwards. Oh, God. I guess not. Oh, jeez. So that's where they are. Okay. God, they don't, I think the mission statement is just flank, 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 isn't it? Good lord. Jeez. Well, that's why we're playing the remake, because just all the flying giblets, isn't it? What a sneak. What an absolute sneak. Yeah, I apologise to anyone who has this on in the background trying to get stuff done while the copious amounts of gunfire and anguish screams. I don't know how productivity inducing that all is. I hope it's not at least too reductive to that process. But is this selling you on this, Lee? Flanking as usual, I see. Beautiful. Yeah, they're it kind of, I find this game keeps reminding me of GoldenEye. I find GoldenEye's like this as well, where enemies in GoldenEye will just, they almost are like in, you know, light gun arcade games, they're just eager to shoot you ASAP. So it's there are ways around that, of course. Like, I suppose in a way it's better than doing that than being stealthy. I mean, even the way they go in and out of cover is a little bit like a arcade light gun game. But yeah, it's always a bit kind of demoralising. You go straight into a new area and then everyone and everything is shooting you, but again, you kind of quickly come to realise there is leeway in this game to yeah. There is some leeway in terms of you can take a lot of shots. I'm not raising the difficulty. No, what was your, let's have a look. Oh, Sonic says a funny, look at that, hold on a sec. Oh, there we go. We got some classic Sega music on as well for this, so perfect. Very well then. So, what's the easiest way for a Botnik to keep a stiff upper lip? Starch his mustache. I hope that was worth it. Yeah, as I say, do forgive and have patience with me if I do miss a redeem. Just give me a shout. I did try to keep an eye on them. I do try and keep an eye for them. I think it might be harder for this game for whatever reason for me to keep up with them. I mean, it's the first game. I think since having the cam on while I play. I think it's the first game where I'm using my monitor, so maybe for whatever reason I'm looking at my TV, which my computer's connected to check the redeems. For whatever reason I'm slacking on that front. I shall try not to slack. Especially for... Was he hiding in the box? What? He was probably behind it, but... What about this one? Okay, no, he wasn't hiding in them, was he? But um, that honestly looked like I slashed the 2 boxes and then he was just like, surprise! That was... oh god. Thankfully we weren't quite in jump scare territory, but that was still a bit of a... what the what? Kind of a surprise. Just, oh wow. He played this when it first came out, something the soldiers you... yeah, that's... it's... yeah, I think I had heard that, it's a shame I could have had that spoiled, I suppose, but I had heard that the, you know, you have scientists going, oh yeah, the army's gonna come by, they're gonna be here to save us, aren't they? And, not so much as it turns out, unfortunately. Not so much. Tell you what, actually, we'll do, yeah, we'll stick that on, yeah. And then, yeah, it's just one thing I really like about playing this kind of game on a keyboard and mouse, where you just have a million buttons to put all the weapon hot switches on. It's a bit tricky to keep up with, admittedly, but like calling the right, Electro, yeah. I have to, though. I was thinking of some parallels to, I mean, not even so much as recent events, really, is it? Just so much as many of us being more aware of what's been going on a long time, but yeah, it's oof, yeah, really rough. Sonic should stick to Alright, Luke, how are you doing, man? I mean, it wasn't, I don't think it was him telling the robotic joke, at least as far as I know, but yeah. You weren't too impressed by that one, were you? That's the correct response. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Luke. Oh, I don't know, what is Sonic's favourite RPG series? And why is it that series where everyone's like a game console? Is that Hyperdimension, Neptunia? They're all like analogs for like game consoles, aren't they, in that game? Very good. I like it, Cumber. You do not get a boo from me, but you might get that elsewhere with that. I don't know, but I for one encourage it. Right, so I think we do need to pop down here. I mean, there'd be a bit of bias there, I feel, fueling that answer if it was that quicker. Wait, did one just come from behind? What did that one? Yeah, these ones are quite a few enemies have, I think they call it hit scan, right? Where you, where if they're looking at you when they fire a certain attack, wait, are they all, you will take damage, and like those ones do like the sound wave, like sonic boom kind of thing, don't they? Who are you, poor Finn, I didn't really give them a chance, did I? Yeah, it's Hyperdimension. Come it's certainly quite tropey, it looks like, isn't it? It's probably not to everyone's taste, I'm gonna assume. Oh, I think this is, yeah, we were up there earlier. We managed to get a we're getting all the cheap shots here, aren't we? Pug dogs. Yeah, they are a bit pug-like, aren't they? I was wondering why I felt bad about killing those ones, especially. They might be irritating so-and-sos, but I still feel a bit bad about it. So we got Pidgeot here, number 18. Pidgeot... oh, here's a mistake. It says Pidgeot... for this description, it says Pidgeotto's speed and sharpness... No, sorry. I take it back. It's because I didn't finish the sentence. Pidgeotto's speed and sharpness increase as they evolve into Pidgeot. I retract my incredibly harsh criticism. Pidgeot can fly 2 miles above the ground and faster than the speed of sound. When they hunt, Pidgeot fly on the surface of the water at top speed to catch unsuspecting fish element prey like Magikarp. Who had a Pidgeot in their Oh god. Who had a Pidgeot in their Pokemon Generation 1 team? I think those Pokedex entries, they're probably funnier than the Sonic jokes, aren't they? Probably the same amounts of humour content, I would assume people would say. I like how this game is linear, but it is quite it's not like we might be doing Final Fantasy 13 eventually, and that game is notoriously corridor-like, at least for quite a bit early on. This game isn't completely, even though it is. I'd probably say it's more linear than, say, like the maybe like the original Doom games, but I still feel like there's quite a lot here in terms of like I do have to figure out which way I'm going a little bit in this. Which I do like, although it has been a bit stressful at times. Namely when I'm playing this at 1:30 and I just want to get the chapter done, but didn't account for getting stuck at any point. Right, so... This game's quite generous as well with, especially now that I know what they look like, it's quite generous with health regeneration. Oh no, they are. It's quite generous with the. It's quite generous with the health restoration points. It's really. I can't emphasize that enough. It really is not generous though with how close you can be to an explosion. Which, granted, is probably reflecting you, even if you're like, I don't know, 20 meters away from an explosion, you're probably still gonna feel its effects. But I'm thinking action movie logic, where I can just sort of walk away from said explosion while it's like a foot behind me, you know? I guess I've got to adjust. Guess I have to adjust. Oh nice, have I set that off? No, I assume we'll be able to get back completely, completely consequence-free without any kind of ambush. I know how these go. We're going to be completely... Oh, actually we are. At least for more of this than I expected. Maybe it's as we set this off. He sounds like me in the morning. Sector 70. Oh, can we go back up this way? Oh, I was hoping we'd be able to just hover with that. Yeah, very well. Yeah, so I think they've just put more, I keep trying to outsmart this game. I keep trying to say, okay, this is when they're going to do an ambush. And, I think it's lulling me into a false sense of security, so I'm like, oh, there is no ambush. And then there will be an ambush. I think that's what they're doing. Oh, Jesus, speak of the devil! See what I mean? I even kind of predicted it, and it still was terribly surprising. Good lord. Oh, you disagree on the humour level, do you, Extra? I mean, I say that affectionately. I do like the bad Sonic joke book jokes. Oh, I love pugs. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I love pugs. They're kind of quite... It's quite cruel the way they're bred, mind you, aren't they? But... let's be talking about cruelty as I gun people down in cold blood. The irony doesn't escape me. I know. Yeah, they're so quick to spot you and so quick to just open fire on you. It's like they're trained professionals or something. But yeah, we have to keep up. I think I don't know if you guys find this. I always find it such a difficult decision to pick a difficulty level Like, it's often something like Google for games. What difficulty level should you do a first-time playthrough on? I think I typically settle on whatever the equivalent of normal is, more or less. But, which we are sort of doing here, although it is also basically the easiest setting. Yeah, I'm quite, I feel like I'm getting enough of a challenge while, I'm also conscious we probably don't typically want streams where I'm dying every half a minute. I mean, granted, this has come close to that occasionally, but... Actually, can we... Oh no, we do want to... Did we go up here earlier? This is my, legendary... Ooh. Oh, that's interesting, Cricken. Yeah, it does depend on the era of the game as well. If it's like a Mega Drive game, I feel like those are balanced in a way that easy is what you want your first time playthrough to be on like an older game of that era. And in some cases on those it is also just I thought that was like an explosive. It really looks like it is though. It is. Not that too much. But yeah, like in some of those old game cases, it just changes how many lives you have as well, and in that case, I'm just like, yeah, give me as many lives as possible. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game. It feels like it's got a nice level of tension for me, without just dying constantly. So, I mean, I've played games where you die constantly quite happily, like Super Meat Boy or whatnot. I mean, I say happily, mostly happily, with some frustration, but yeah, this isn't what I want to be. I like the rate we're playing it at. Hiya, Matt. How are you doing? Oh, you did get a notification. Oh, lucky man. I do. That is on me a bit as well, with like the weirdly inconsistent streaming schedule we have. Like, I'm not usually on this early in the on a weekday, at least at the moment. I mean, I'll be on both. I should be on tomorrow and Friday evening unless something comes up, but we will have to play it by ear a little bit. Oh, cool, Matt. Oh, thank you, yeah. Yeah, I did, I remember seeing there's like there is an extension you could use on Twitch where it does, oh, Jesus. Well, we know that's the right way. Yeah, there's an extension on Twitch where you can have it, like, almost generate a timetable for you to have on your channel page to kind of, where it bases it on when you typically stream. Which, that'd be quite handy in my case, because, like, we've got quite a loose time for when we stream in the evenings on the weekdays, and then on the weekends with RimFit. So that'd be quite nice as a way to sort of vaguely just catalogue when I'm on for that kind of time. I think the problem is I'm too impulsive in how I stream, and it's difficult for me to stick to a schedule very easily, so... Which I'll be the first to say is a bit of a pain for viewers if you are trying to, especially actively watch someone on a particular game. As I say, maybe doing something like that auto-generated timeline, if I look into, or timetable, if I look into that again. Maybe that could be a nice compromise on that. Oh, nice, Matt! That's got to be a nod to this, right? I mean... I'm sure there were games before this where you could weaponize crowbars, but this is the one, isn't it, that people think of on that front.
I'm never gonna make it.
Oh, poor lad. He's reminded me of the police officer in Resident Evil 2, the one they apparently based off Will Smith in terms of appearance. The police officer in Resident Evil 2 helps you out, but then isn't long for this world, unfortunately. Oh, that's cool, Matt. Do you are you currently playing Dead Cells? Is that what because that is on my to-do list, definitely. I remember there was a lot of buzz around that game when it came out. Like, I like its art style and the kind of gameplay it seems to be. Oh, look how friendly they are. Oh Jesus, this window's not actually... I just realised that window's not open, So wait, we've... So have we activated the fin so we can... Because we're meant to be able to... He said something about using the train, which, I mean, those are train tracks, so yeah. But I don't know if we've, We have seemingly turned the power on, right? God, do we have to go out back where that fin is? And I don't really want to, but oh, hello. Oh, there you. Yeah, don't mind me bobbing my head all about the place. It's really difficult not to do playing those. Oh, well that was well, that's good that way anyway. Oh. Poor lad. I probably shouldn't be surprised there's such a high body count in this, but God, there really is, isn't there? Poor scientists. Some of them might be annoying, but I wouldn't wish this on them. Protecting the security bin his head. I'm amazed that impulse didn't arrive to me, actually, Electro. Yeah, maybe things just got too real in terms of the game scenario, in terms of how grim it got. I'm just like, okay, playtime is over. But maybe not so, although we've not had a good track record on this, have we? I mean, part of the trickiness is just getting the damn bin to be land upside down, isn't it? Like, come on, come on. Yeah, no worries at all, Retro. Thanks so much for coming in. We'll continue to be productive as you see here. Oh, Jesus. We'll continue to be productive as you see here. Oh no, I never we can... Yeah, all the best, Retro. Later. I mean, I don't think this guy will see the humour in it when he's on the brink of death, the poor lad. Maybe he'll get a kick out of it. Oh, how did we do it so neatly the first time and then we just can't get it done after that? Oh no, Cumber! Well, I hope they're not going to put that on you if work is getting done slower as a result of that. That's obviously not your fault. Yeah, it does suck, Cumber. Yeah, that would make sense, actually, Electro. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a step I missed, hasn't there? This is unfortunately reflecting the chapter we were on last night, I think, where... on chapter 6 last night, where I got a bit stuck on what to... Like, does he have any dialogue, maybe, about... whether we've done the... Yeah, so we came from there. That's where we did all the... put the power on and whatnot. Yeah, it feels like I probably should have been paying more attention. I don't know if we actually activated something when we did that. What does he say? Nothing. I was hoping to have some dialogue like, oh, you still haven't done this, to help us a bit there. I assume we can't kill that thing, right? They look like they're out of Duke Nukem 3D, funnily enough. Yeah, let me look this up. Sorry about this. I hope this doesn't happen every chapter from here on out. I don't know how I just keep... I don't know how we just keep getting stuck on this. That's been a thing since chapter 6, I think. Right, I did find a really nice level by level one. Where was that? Hi, Cheeky. Oh, maybe, yeah. Let's have a look. Well, it's a bit annoying because I don't have much time tonight as it is, and it's good you're ahead at least, Cumber. That's gotta help quite a bit at least. Yeah, I hope you're well, Cheeky. Thanks for, I don't know how I keep seeing ambiguity in these, instructions, because the game just gets a bit more, Ooh, hold on a sec, actually. Sorry about this, I just remembered my phone's in, well, I'm using my phone as a webcam, it's in airplane mode. And, I actually do need to keep an eye on, WhatsApp, which might be why I have to go suddenly this evening. Was that... What was that, Cumber? Was that, I don't know, was that Counter-Strike? I honestly have no idea on that front, Okay. But yeah, sorry about this, everyone. I hate bringing the stream to a grinding halt like this. It's, oh, it was Counter-Strike. Nice. Oh, cool. Oh, and this, Oh, Vampire! Wow, really? Cool. Although I know that game came out very glitchy, didn't it? Alright, let's have a look. Black Mesa power-up. Let's just type that, the name of the chapter. Black Mesa power-up. There we go. If I find, yeah, no worries at all, Lee. Sorry, it's, probably wasn't the most thrilling part of this game I've been showing, unfortunately, but... No, thanks so much, Lee. You have a good, I was gonna say good night's sleep. Is that a bit early for that? But yeah, you have a good one, Lee, alright? Thanks so much, man. Good night. Oh, for some reason YouTube's taken forever to load. Yeah, I understand it's one that gets fixed a lot with bugs and whatnot. With bugs. No, that's the problem. It has a lot of bugs. Yeah, I understand it gets fixed with hacks and whatnot, doesn't it? Oh god, for some reason the internet's taken... Oh, it couldn't even be finished without a patch, bro. Right, so don't you need to run down the large tunnel? Okay. So... Screw it, let's just, I think this is where we were earlier. I don't know if this is, No, yeah, that's where we started. I mean, that guy just said the train down there, but I assume... Yeah, that is such a Duke Nukem enemy, isn't it? Let's see if I can load this video up a bit more. I was loading this fine yesterday, but maybe. I don't think Steam's downloaded anything, is it? No, yeah, for whatever reason the videos I'm trying to load are just taking forever. Right. Yeah, I think we've done most of the levels, so... I want to at least get this chapter done tonight, if we, Ah, dear. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm just trying to look this up via guide videos, and it's taken bloody forever. Yeah, so they get... Oh, now we've got an advert as well. This is one of those streams, isn't it? Let's pass the time. Everyone tell me how you are, if you're having a good evening and whatnot. Help me pad this out as I try and figure this out. Okay. Yeah, so they power that on. Yeah, so we did that. Yeah, that's all good, yeah. Yeah, so what have we not done? Yeah, so they go through all this, yeah. Oh god, like the video resolution's up 1440p as well, but it's still buffering like crazy. I don't know what I mean, we are streaming at like a high bitrate, but that wasn't the problem yesterday when I was going through all those. Ooh, hold on, have they gone a different way there? Let's have a look. Oh, I think they've destroyed a tunnel here. Oh, this is such a headache, isn't it, when you're trying to find where you are in a game like this. Especially when it takes bloody forever. Okay, this video seems to be loading quicker, so I'll try this one. I swear we'll get there, everyone, I swear. Okay, so they... Yeah, I think there's a step we've missed, I think. Just trying to figure out where it is, because we've, Yeah, so the guy walks up to the, Yeah, what else have we not done? Let's just have a quick explore. We'll keep playing this music on. Again, I'm sorry, this is so tedious, it's, oh god, right. I think that's meant to be flashing... Oh, wait a minute! Oh, cheeky, sorry, this is the tunnel you meant, isn't there? Oh god, so we were fine. Oh god. Oh my gosh, wow, okay. Let's just move on swiftly, shall we? Oh, Jesus, Jazz. Oh, man. I need to play like a more linear and ambiguously progressing game after this, don't I? Where we don't ever run into any... leave us alone, please. Any difficulty over any of this? Oh, jeez. Leave us alone, leave us alone. I don't mind you, I don't know what we, you have to go around this way. Oh, good. So it's not that, what do we... Oh, don't tell me I'm stuck again, I do. We need to activate something. Oh, really, Matt? Yeah. So what have I not... Do I need to set something up in this area? It's not really immediately clear what if I do. Yeah, like, so we... Oh, really, Combo? Yeah. Yeah, we don't have that here, do we? Objective marker. Right, yeah, how do we actually... So I assume that is done through that, but then again, I don't understand what we haven't... Let's have a quick explore, shall we? Okay, get playlist back on. For a moment, it seemed so exciting, like, oh, we've actually figured it out. Oh, to be other naive. Yeah, it's up. This is back at the start. God, I hope, Hi, Jittery! Oh, Jittery! Don't do that to me! Oh, no! You know I'll guilt trip like crazy over that. Oh, dear. Hope you're well, Jittery. Thank you for, popping in. Yeah, we're stuck again on this. Oh, I'm going back on myself. Wait, so which was the way we... Oh, that was down, okay, yeah, that was down here. Yeah. Just what have we not activated? Like, we have activated stuff. Oh no, not Noodle Doodles. How did this escape my mind, this song? And why is it so fitting for Half-Life in its own beautifully deranged way? Oh dear. Right, let's just have a quick peruse. At least we can have custom music on if we do have to fumble about a bit. I don't know how much of Half-Life 2 has this in terms of, I don't know if that game's a bit more obvious in terms of progression. Again, I think I do like it overall, this kind of trying to figure things out, and it's just... it does just get headache-inducing, doesn't it, fairly easily. And also a bit guilt-inducing if you're streaming, where I just don't... I don't want people to get horribly bored, you know? Oh god, it'll be funny come the, if I do stream Halo 1, which I am thinking of doing. That'll be funny once I get to the library, won't it? I know that's the really infamous part of Halo 1. Which I think people don't like that, right? Because it is maze-like, right? I think it is, like, specifically for that reason. Oh, right, true. Yeah. That was, one of many things I would not describe as my proudest moments, that. A bit flawless in that, isn't it? Yeah, so we did all that, didn't we? Like, what else have we... Like, yeah, we unambiguously turned the power on here, right? Like, what did we not... Well, I mean, we could turn the power back off, but I assume we don't want to, right? Like... Oh, is it specifically that we can... Oh. Yeah, what have we not done? I don't understand. Like... Oh, wow, come by, Yeah, I do not understand this. Like, so we do this bit, and then the game kind of funnels you back. But then, what exactly do we... What have we, It just kind of naturally funnels you back to where you were before, right? In terms of... I mean, there was this bit here, but we did activate that, didn't we? Yeah, like you did. Do we have to go in... So yeah, we got that working again. At least we've got lovely Fire Emblem music while we sit here in confusion, but... Yeah, so like, we've activated that, we activated the power thing. What have we not done? I don't... Maybe we won't get this done by the end of Friday at this rate. Ah, jeez, I mean... To like pop up here? I mean, do we need to go through those doors? But then... Oh, cheers, Camber. Do you want me to say that to you next time you're struggling on Dark Souls? It does feel like this at that rate, yeah. I mean, just for the heck of it, let's just try to turn the power off. And, I won't come though, I won't. Well, I already have tried to, Garge. Are you saying you've never used the guide in your entire gaming career, Garge? Come on, we're not 12. We don't care how people play games. And I think the ennui of just being stuck at length, it gets... even in very good games, it ultimately does get quite maddening, doesn't it? Maybe there was something in this room we missed, I don't know. I didn't get too much out of this area, but yeah, I think we're just leaping back on ourselves now. It feels like, I don't know what else, like, power-wise. Yeah, like, the game was, it felt like we had kind of triggered the enemy spawn points. Yeah, so I'm on Chapter 7, power-up. And I was trying to, like, follow a video guide through, which gets, like, unfortunately my internet's being rubbish as well at the moment, so... I mean, I know I'm streaming, but usually I am able to, like, look stuff up. Oh, I think it's getting better now, actually. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where in terms of the... Yeah, so... Yeah, so he gets the guy to help on... Alright, let me follow them closely as they go through. Again, forgive me for not just having anything on screen during this. It's, if I have to look up a guide in future, maybe I'll put display capture on so you can at least see it. Yeah, so they go back to the first floor. Yeah, I'll try doing that now. I wonder if it's glitch, maybe. It's, I mean, that is where we're going now, basically. Again, I'm sorry, this is probably the least thrilling gameplay anyone could ever get off Half-Life ever. I thank you all for your collective patience as we figure this out. I swear we'll get there, maybe.
Gee, it sure is
I
boring around here.
I know, CDI Link. I can CDI, Philip CDI Link thinking he can he's in a position to bad talk Half-Life. Right, I hope I'm keeping this watchable at least, or listenable at least. Certainly with Benny Hill on, that's gotta help. You could have this music play to like a crowbar whacking montage, couldn't you? Right, yeah, so we go back this way. Like, he goes over there to, I think... Yeah, so the power is on there. So what I don't understand is, well... Okay, so after that we go this way. Oh, up the ladder, Oh, that is up here, is it? Oh, it's gonna be something so obvious, isn't it? Yeah, like, that's not, Oh! God. Oh, God, Jason. Oh, that's so obvious. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so obvious. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, everyone. At least they're gone now. Let's continue, shall we? Yeah, we just plugged it in. I thought something was weird there. It's not. You know what's annoying as well? I saw these sockets, and I was like, that looks like you put something in that. But I somehow missed the big, obvious plugs there and there. I think I thought you had to, like, activate these fins somehow, but... Oh, God. Curse this ability to see ambiguity in anything and everything. Well, we had laughs along the way, right? Right? Please don't everyone leave. I mean, you can if you want, it's fair, but... Oh god. Let's get back to the I don't think we have got a bit of water left in this. Oh, yeah, have you tried to... We haven't even tried to turn it off and on yet, because we haven't tried to turn it on, apparently. Oh, God. It's the one downside to streaming. When you spend ages on a bit like that, you feel doubly stupid because people are watching. It's easily done, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, did I... Okay, that said, I actually... Oh, there we go. So that's activated all this now as well. Okay. Let's move swiftly on, shall we? Oh, thank you, Jerry. I am playing some of this up for comedic effect, but there is genuinely, I have to admit, there's genuinely a bit of like, oh, I really messed up. But no, thank you. It's, oh wow, yeah, we do need to... This is what you were talking about now then, wasn't there, Electro? We need to... See, I'm worried we're going to be on the cusp of getting stuck again. Yeah, like I assume here we have to... yeah, that's right, Cumber. Armor, even. I got your name wrong for comedy, apparently. Comedy's sake, apparently. Oh, dear. Yeah, what do we... So we've got the trains here. So we just stick that on here for now, then, and... Let's just gotta get... Oh, he's saying I'll just slow you down. Oh, he's turned it for us! Oh, nice. Oh, there we are. Thank you, mate. Let's get out of this chapter, shall we? That would be good, yeah. Gun in hand, alright. I like this, you can speed it up quite a bit. And then if there's an enemy on the track, they don't meet the best end. Hello.
Hey, it's Freeman, right?
Sounds straight.
Hold up a sec. One of your scientist pals said they give you a message.
Ooh.
You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some sort of satellite delivery rocket or something. I don't.
This game's audio levels are inconsistent. Sometimes they're very loud.
Exactly.
Sometimes
the old guy
they're
was
not.
so worried about getting out alive, he didn't think to stop and tell me. Anyway, the main thing is, the military aborted the launch. So when you find the rocket, well, if you find the rocket, you'll have to get up to the control room and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing a satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess. Now, get going. I'm going to stick around and help any other stragglers.
I don't know why, like at a glance, on the side, he looks like Tom Hardy a little bit. Does anyone else see that? A little Tom Hardy-esque? Hope he doesn't mind us trying to check his Tom Hardy does.
Once this satellite's in orbit, well, I guess it'll be smooth sailing.
Doesn't sound like him though. It's good character models in this as well, isn't it? Hello, Ben. Venom bursts out of him. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Cricken? You'd like that, Cricken. I never did see Venom. It does sound like a silly bit of fun based on what I've heard. Not a very well reviewed silly bit of fun, but it sounds like people had fun with it, so fair enough. Well, here we go, a bit of, I can never get the... Let's try 15, that might be a good in-between. Yeah, when the music kicks in on this, it's so good. It still may be too loud, honestly. There we are. Cricket. You very gladly get that reference, I'm guessing. So I think this has got to be a new chapter, surely. Venom was that, yeah, a new chapter there. Was that 2 years ago, Venom? I feel like, it doesn't feel that long ago everyone was sharing the "like a turd in the wind" quote clip from the trailer. That very notorious line from that film. Everyone's favourite, right? Gordon, if you want to get out of the water, that would be conducive to our current objective, mate. Please, for me, get out of the water. Come on, please. Come on. There we are. Gosh, that was Oh, it's because we're crouching. I assume. No, it isn't actually. It's genuinely just that difficult to get out of the water. Oh dear. Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks so much, Garge. You have a good rest of the evening now, right, buddy? Thanks so much. Good night. I think I'll try and see if I can at least get this chapter done. I'm still waiting to hear back on family on whether we're doing something over Zoom tonight. I think it's a little up in the air for reasons I don't need to go into, but that might mean more time for us to get stuck, and then me to realise the solution's right in front of me the whole time after 50 minutes. Way! What a laugh. But we're having fun though, regardless, aren't we? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Armour. It's sort of like an in real life puzzle match in Puyo Puyo style game, but with different Activate yogurt flavors. It's completely artless, but we do like it. Oh yeah, well, it's funny. It was so funny with Venom. I assumed after that trailer, oh, that thing's gonna make no money, so you're gonna continue to be a bit on the clueless side when it comes to having successful movies. And then it really resonated with audiences, didn't it? Venom ended up doing really well. I suspect Tom Hardy was, and I think surprisingly good word of mouth as well on I think they, I mean, if they do like Kingpin well, that'd be quite fun. But there is quite, even if they're going to stick to Spider-Man Extended Universe stuff, there is quite a lot they can tap from there, isn't there? Yeah, we've got some more yogurt in the house now, thankfully, Jittery. We won't have to repeat the tragedy of, we won't have to repeat the tragedy of last night, thank goodness. Which we're very happy about. Oh, nice armor. Is it on has that ever been on streaming? Venom. I probably should, if it's on like Netflix or whatnot, I could probably give that a quick watch, couldn't I? I mean, I made time for, not to start this kind of worms again, but I did make time for Space Jam, so I can make time for stuff. It does come to it. Okay. Yeah, got some nice, got some nice blueberry flavoured Activate yogurts. Try not to get too thrilled by that endlessly fascinating anecdote, but it is a truth. We do. Electro. And I'd do it again. Maybe in a group. A group setting. Oh dear. I mean, to be fair, you can... I've been moaning I don't have many long-range weapons on this, but we can at least use the assault rifle from quite far away. Oh, that needed like one more shot for us to not get hit. Again, the armor system on this game is quite forgiving, so we can God, just look at all the, I'm really curious what those, like, acid splatters look like on the original. It's pretty crazy the amount of decals. I think that's what they call them, right? When you get, like, that kind of effect on the walls of the game. Cumber. It was a good attempt, Cumber. You did have me going for a sec there. That's alright, man. You do whatever you want. Especially during lockdown, anything that helps, you know, for me, it's yogurts. It's yogurts that help keep me from going postal. And that's okay? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Kraken. I am conscious every time I say arm, like, in terms of... oh god. Like, I realise most of the time I'm saying armor, I'm referring to a certain fellow in chat. I tend to forego the entire film name for someone, I guess. Which can lead to ambiguity. Okay. Oh god, oh no, down, go down, go back down! That was very much not the, I still feel bad killing those. Still feel, oh god. Feel bad wasting bullets too. Is there a way we can activate that? I don't know if we were done actually. Yeah, I really like the sense of isolation in this game as well. You really do feel, you get help here and there, but it's obviously so, you are meant to feel kind of outnumbered and all that. It's very effective. Again, it's quite, I think there were probably quote-unquote horror FPSs before this, but I think the way that that blends this coupled with exploration and a big focus on narrative, that this was, I mean, you don't need me to tell you that this was clearly a groundbreaking game when it came out, and you can see why. It is impressive. What would be impressive is how do we get in... Oh, that's probably... Oh, that would be why the fin above wasn't moving, because we weren't. Because we turned the electrics off. Hope we can get into that room. There's some pretty good stuff in there. No, even then, I guess not. Yeah, I bought Blood recently, actually. God, that's a horrendously grisly little game now, isn't it? Blood. It's good lord, it's very like 90s comic book kind of style they've got going on in that game, I think. Wait, so are we? Oh, have we gone back on ourselves? Yeah. Oh. What if we pop down here? So yeah, this wasn't the first one to kind of throw horror in as well, but that it's the way it all kind of combines, isn't it? Without taking away from those other games, of course. Yeah, Heretic is like the one where... That's a very fantastical one, isn't it? Yeah, like medieval fantasy, so... You've got like a, instead of a gun, you have like, I guess a scepter, maybe you'd call it? Like some kind of big stealth spell shooting thing, haven't you? This is really neat. Oh, here we are. Hello. I like it when they just bang their head against the wall repeatedly. I just find that so intensely relatable. You could like make a gif of that, just I don't know, have a caption about being fed up or something. It would really fit. Just poor head crab possessed people having a bad day at work or whatnot. Oh, nice cover. Similar chaotic energy to Earthworm Jim 1 with launching livestock. That's very fun. I don't know if I knew there was 2 hexens. I mean, the first one got a 64 port, so I don't know how good that was. It's funny, like N64 is like the one Nintendo system that was really prolific for first-person shooters. And that probably didn't really happen again until the Switch, really. I mean, there are quite a few FPSs on DS, funnily enough. There's quite a few Call of Duty games on there. Which, from when I tried that on an R4 like a year or so back, they're impressive, and Godspeed to them for trying, but they did run absolutely abysmally, unfortunately. But, you know, it's can't be an easy task. Get a whole Call of Duty campaign on the DS. Like have functioning AI and everything. And I actually do like on DS and like 3DS with like Kid Icarus Uprising, I do like the using the touchscreen as an aiming method. It just unfortunately tends to kill your left hand, doesn't it? Doing that on like Metroid Prime Hunters or Kid Icarus Uprising, your left hand tends to cramp after a while doing that, unfortunately. Weirdly, I found that's happened more like going back to those games than at the time. I don't know if that's because of hands getting bigger, as they are wont to do with age, but like in terms of accuracy, I really like that kind of control method. Like more so than dual analog. Like I'm honestly not very keen on dual analog for aiming. I mean it is like a means to an end, isn't it? I have I didn't really grow up playing these kind of games on PC, but I have really taken to using mouse and keyboard. I understand it's not everyone's jam, and that's totally valid. The pizza is a lie. Is that a Portal reference they added? Or was that there in the original and Portal was referencing that? I don't know where we are on like referencing cake is a lie. Like that was like that arrow in the knee line from Skyrim, wasn't it? Where at a certain point it just became so hack to reference that. It was like, alright, we get it, you said the line we all recognise. It's there's a time when the joke ends in some cases, and I think that very much happened with that Portal line. Oh, guys, I might be stuck again. So where the hell do I need to move this backwards? Oh, no, we can't. Yeah, since I've got here, I've not really been clear on what we need to do next. Like, we can turn this off. So we can go in the horrible electric water. I just wonder if it was to do with this, but... Oh, nice Cumber. Yeah, they... I'm sure, I mean, I don't think handheld systems have ever been especially FPS suited, have they? Weirdly, there's quite a lot of FPSs on the GBA now, I remember. Like, they ported, like, Doom 1 and 2 and Wolfenstein to that, and there's quite a lot of original GBA FPSs. One of my favourite gaming YouTube channels, Stop Skeletons from Fighting, they did a really good rundown of various well, I think all the GBA first-person shooters actually. They're a bit headache-inducing to look at, but they are, just in terms of the craft of getting those kind of games running on that hardware, they are really cool. Yeah, I remember reading about X versus Sever, how which is funny because the movie that's based on is considered, I think that's like one of the lowest rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes. But it's apparently a very good GBA FPS, so props to that. Oh, I can't believe I'm bloody stuck again. This is going to happen every chapter on this. On a rail. Oh god, I swear we'll get through this goddamn game. Yeah, so they're actually based on. Well, I think it was like started as a movie though, right? And just the games have to come out first. I think I might be wrong actually. Oh wow, this bit's showing them shooting from a turret, so that's quite fun. Oh, maybe you could recruit that guy at the, oh. Alright, where do they go now? Is this the I don't know if this is the same mission almost. It looks like a completely different area. Oh no, okay, I think this is where they're Okay, so they activated a what was it? They activated yes, they activated what we're looking at there. I don't know if we did actually. Is there something else we needed to do? Oh, wait a minute. Was there a... No, was that not a... Oh god. How does this keep happening? We keep getting stuck one way or another. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Oh. I know the film has, I think it has Antonio Banderas and, was it Lucy Liu, I think? And again, I just know it was like really badly rated, unfortunately. Oh god, I don't know what we've... What have we not done to just activate the fin as it should? Let's have a bit of explore about. I'm getting a bit confused looking at the. I'm getting a bit confused looking at the guide, unfortunately. Oh, nice! He is likable, isn't he, Antonio? I do like him a lot. He's really good. Oh, what's that? Desperado, I think? He's really good at that, like a mid-90s film by Robert Rodriguez. That's the one where he has the guitar case that's actually a machine gun. It's very intellectual. Yeah, it was fitting, wasn't it, Jittery? It's the only way we can keep this, any kind of momentum up when I'm just getting stuck for ages. Oh, God. I don't know how it keeps happening on this. I am really enjoying this otherwise, and I wanted to put that on me, the just constantly getting stuck or finding ambiguity, but I think part of it might be I need to make sure I'm really paying attention to the NPC dialogue. Like, they might have just... That guy was sort of telling us, but it sounded more like story kind of beats to me than actual kind of... what we need to do, like, gameplay-wise, but... Yeah, no, that goes back to there. Oh, yeah, we've looped this area so many times, I don't know... I think here we're meant to... I think that needs to come down, basically, the bridge. It's just... apparently we haven't done the thing to activate this, but... That wasn't working when it was on. What do we need to... I am assuming there's something we've missed, I just don't, Like, I did wonder if it was to do with the water here, but... Oh, nice, Cricket! Oh, did you just recently get that? Let me just look up a, I've been using video walkthroughs for this. Let's look up a text-based one. Again, thank you all for your patience on this. I'm very self-conscious about how long this is ended up taking. Oh, this is a tune. Oh, nice, Cricket. Yeah, you said you were setting up a PS2, right? With, like, homebrew and such. Oh, nice. Is that the PAL version as well? Because I know, PAL PS2 games, it can be a bit up and down in terms of if they have, a 60 Hz mode, but I think I did read that the Yakuza PS2 games do, thankfully. Okay, look on the wall to the right. Oh, look on the wall to the right of that area, find the left control box, turn the power off, dive. Ah, it's another bloody... I got stuck because there was a... Oh, God. I'd stop letting this happen. This is another... I knew there was something here. Oh, it's really obvious again. Again, it involves plugs. I don't know how I keep kind of... I keep seeing an empty plug socket and thinking... Oh, that's obviously a thing. Yeah, that's on me. That was really obvious. That is very much on me. The game's giving the player enough credit to figure that out, and I'm just not. Oh dear, was there another one? Or do we just turn that back on, maybe? Hooray! Figured it all out ourselves. Wink, wink, nudge, etc. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, I really need to not go so close to these things. Oh dear. Oh, get a lot of use out of the assault rifle. Maybe too much, I don't know. Maybe we need to be... I do like that the amount of... You don't generally can't blaze through with one weapon. You do have to kind of flip between them a bit, I think. Yeah, hi Matt. Yeah, no, we are on the chapter after that now. We got stuck again, and pretty much for the same reasons. So, I'm not terribly pride-induced in that, but we're getting there. I just, if we could do a chapter without getting stuck, that would be nice. Well, that went well. Yeah, I did heed the IT crowd's advice. I should have listened to Moss and Roy. Show. Oh good, we sorted that out. Well yeah, the shotgun was definitely not doing that from this distance, so... Probably not surprisingly, really. But... yeah, there we are. We're barely into this chapter as well. We've got quite a bit to go left still. Oh, you did say it, Cumber, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Let's get out of there, shall we? Ooh. Let's try that again. Oh wow, that sets back quite a way actually. Oops. Oh, this is a playthrough and a half, isn't it? Well, at least I can try and kill these from afar. Just quickly get that done then. Stick a playlist back on. Maybe quick save more often as well. Oh, it does have 60 hertz. Yeah, no, that should be fine, Cricket. Yeah, it should be good with that, thankfully. The only thing is you might need. Actually, no, that should work on like composite. Although, actually, yeah. Oh god, sorry about this. What picture lead are you using for your PS2? Actually, Cricket. Right, here we are. That went better last time, but... Oh, is that, Oh, no, it's... It's anything down here as well. Ooh. The ladders aren't too bad to get on or off, you just have to remember you probably ideally want to use the use key to do that, as opposed to trying to jump off them. Oh my god. Oh dear. Ah! God, the sentries are a... pay the half of this, aren't they? Oh, we can't. I was hoping to kind of choose them from. Oh wow, I think we got 3 with that, did we? Oh. Which one is still... I think you are still... Yeah. There we are. Beautiful. Right, yeah, Electro, it's God, it's a proper headache when dealing with, like, pre-Xbox 360 era games. There's even still a few 50Hz only Wii games. They are the minority, at least among the major Wii games, but you still get a few there. Yeah, it's weird, because PAL was better in most ways, really. I think especially for video content. But when it came to games, it ended up causing all sorts of problems because game logic was tied to frame rate and NTSC was 60 Hz, PAL was 50. So NTSC being 10 hertz more, that obviously meant a lot of games ran faster in NTSC. And then the resolution increase on PAL, that wouldn't end up getting used really in games, so the way the picture was kind of drawn on the the way the picture was drawn on the SDTV just kind of meant that the picture would get squashed. Such a pain it was. And something that makes me quite angry in retrospect, just like the amount of times, like the amount of times we were, I don't want to say sold a lie, but we were knowingly sold an inferior product. It's, I mean, that, I think unfortunately it was just, it feels like how most games are programmed now, where they don't tie the game logic to the frame rate, so that doesn't, like, if I play this at 50 frames per second as opposed to 60, that's not going to affect the game speed on this. If it was like that, it wouldn't have been so bad, just games would have been slightly less smooth, but yeah. I think when it's especially insulting is when you had like systems like the Dreamcast onwards where they could definitively support 60 Hz and yet not every game still did. It was a bit mad then. Like, I don't think a single Square developed game supported 60 from that until like the 360 era, as I said. It's like every pre-13 Final Fantasy was 50 and whatnot. I mean, they did sometimes try and optimize them at 50 with mixed results as well. Like, I think Final Fantasy 12 is meant to at least operate a bit better, but... Oh, nice Electro, yeah, I mean, enjoy games however you want, you know, it's, personally, I would never go back to 50 Hz games, like, in any, even, like, playing the old systems, oh, good. Die, Freeman. But, you know, I know some retro folks, do play the PAL games and it doesn't really bother them, and that's totally valid as well. Oh wow, how did that not get... I guess the military are kind of fighting, we've kind of got two sets of enemies fighting each other there, but they both want us dead. I don't know who specifically wrote Die Freeman that wants us dead. I don't know who knows us by name on that. Yeah, Matt, Cricken, yeah. Oh, really, Cumber? Oh, that's about... Yeah, it's, there were like a few PAL 60 Hz only games, but from like the GameCube era and whatnot, as you say, but they were the exception. I think there might be the few on Wii as well, maybe. Cricken. No one who's German could be an evil person.
Jesus!
Ready when you are.
Fire in the hole!
Speaking of. Ooh. Where did that come from?
Holy shit!
Who was that?
Sorry, Doc.
He's very lucky I didn't have my finger completely on the trigger. On the mouse button then. I just realised how low our health is as well. Yeah, it's funny that Electro. Like, PAL is better in most ways then. It's like, I know it's meant to be much better for colour-wise as well, and I think it's also easier in theory to get like RGB quality video out of PAL consoles, or at the very least get them on PAL TVs as well. It's, I mean, there's a whole lot to this that it gets quite convoluted quite quickly, but there are some advantages there. Yeah, it's just you really need to get out of the 50 Hz doldrums first. As long as you get past that, playing those old systems,
Let me get out of your way.
whether it's via a system hack or whatnot. No, we just came that way, didn't we? Right, Electro. Yeah. Quite reason. Oh, Jesus, sorry, dude. Should have changed weapon there, really. Oh, I actually shot a friend again, but it was only once, thankfully. But yeah, let's see how he does on this next bit. Yeah, I'm liking the assault rifle in this. If that's a lot of people's... Oh, dude, get away from that! Get away from that! Get back out of... Jesus, dude, get out! Dude, you're way too far forward! Oh, I appreciate his guts, though, but... Good lord, man. Be careful. Oh, thank God he's still with us. Yeah, this is quite fun. We can use the turret if you want as well.
Okay, Cupcake. Playtime's over.
Hello. You still with us? Where's he gone? We don't see him standing, so... Yeah, where did he go? I'm assuming he's not still with us, but... Oh, poor lad. Oh, wow, Cumber! Do they work like... because Bloodborne has guns, right? Do they work like that? Oh, the poor lad. If you ever saw using American TV, wow, actually, bring back knobs on TVs, that was fun. Like having to tune them in. All those beautiful, nostalgic, horrible headaches. Yeah, wait, oh. No, that's one of the enemies, I think. Yeah. I genuinely don't know where he went, so... I assume he just got shot. Yeah, it's pretty, God damn, it's pretty gnarly, isn't it? Oh, look! It's the logo! I was wondering if that would be like a diegetic thing, like that'd be an actual thing in universe, the logo, or if, like in what capacity that would show up. That's quite fun. Yeah, so I don't think this family thing's going ahead tonight. There was, without going into it too much, I think someone has to drop out last minute, so... Basically what that means for this stream is I'll probably be on another hour, let's say. So it's still a fairly early finish, but... That's okay. Hopefully we can get maybe this chapter and the next one done, in that case. Man, the armor charges are quite often empty on this, which... I can't moan because there's usually so much in terms of the health ones. Wah! They were quicker to shoot than I expected. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you did say you were playing Dark Souls 2. Nice Cumber. The timing should probably work out on that for us to raid you then. So there we are. PAL movies converted to... Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Isn't like... Aren't PAL movies slightly shorter? I think even... I've been a bit confused on that. I think maybe even to this day, possibly? I mean, not perceivably shorter. It just sort of slowly adds up, doesn't it? But... Yeah, it's very strange. God, it's a bit of a headache all of that, isn't it? It's all a bit bonkers. It's still a bit arbitrary in the way as well that movies are 24 frames per second as well, right? That's just become what we associate with as the quote-unquote cinematic look. But like, they were 24 frames per second because of logistic reasons, back in the early days of film, they just didn't want film reels that went on forever. I won't be on that long. Okay, sure, fair cumber. We'll see how it works out on that front. Ah, here we are. Yeah, I don't actually know what that logo means. Is that the Black Mesa logo? Because I thought it was meant to be like an arm holding a crowbar, the logo. I guess it probably is that as well, but I didn't actually know it was a fitted universe as well. So that's quite neat. Yeah, exactly, Cumber. I think it was like a middle ground between it being smooth enough for the illusion of motion. But again, logistically, it wasn't too ridiculous in terms of how long the film reel needed to be. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is like camera movements. I find that really quite uncomfortable when like the camera's moving quickly at a low frame rate. I mean, that's why I gravitate towards high frame rates in games where they can. Obviously, mileage varies on that. How sensitive one is to that kind of thing. Yeah, good, thank you, Matt. It wasn't too bad today. I'm just always nervous out in public because people aren't always social distancing. They aren't always behaving according to the rules of that, are they? Okay, I have my... Oh, here it is, actually. I have my mask that I wear. But, not everyone has their mask that they wear, it feels like. Oh, this is the rocket that guy was talking about as well. Oh. Cricken. Good times, Cricken. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that was somehow with permission. It was, right? Remains locked until all work platforms are lowered. Living in a simulation. Naturally. Well, good. I'm glad, question mark. Oh, Cumber, it's a Greek letter. Oh, okay, cool. Actually, yeah, I can... I'm sure you're shocked to hear my Greek alphabet knowledge isn't terribly high, but... Yeah, I could see that now that you say that. It's a cool logo, isn't it? It's immediately striking. And, of course, very iconic. Oh, Jesus. Who's him? Who's him? What are you all about? Oh, jeez. Hello, where are you? Over there. Yeah, I still feel bad. I don't know what happened to our friends. We just... Again, I'm assuming he's not of this mortal coil, but... Never really found that proper. No. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, you just have to give people a wide berth, really, don't you, at the moment, which might seem a bit rude, but, you know, it's, it is sort of the, it's a fair compromise to make just for, you know, keeping in good health under a pandemic. I still think, you know, just for both the sake of yourself and others, you know, I think we should be obeying the protocol of it whenever possible. Like, even if the chance might not seem high, you know, the thought of someone catching it off me and then becoming gravely ill, or even worse than that, that's enough for me to just be like, yep, I'm gonna stay home as much as possible, which as an introvert isn't isn't the toughest challenge, admittedly. But also, yeah, just like wear a mask when I'm out. Like, it's not that bad wearing a mask. I mean, if you wear glasses, they fog up. That's a bit of a pain, but it's a fair trade-off. Same with like wiping down surfaces. Like, no one's gonna say that's not a bit of a nuisance, but people have had to make worse sacrifices, you know. Yeah, so now we've set that off. Do we just pop it on this? But are we all, everyone here in chat, are we all doing okay in terms of not getting cabin fever too bad and whatnot? I do find I need to get out of the house in some way, so I do, luckily living in a pretty quiet village, I am able to go for a walk and social distance fairly easily. Even though, again, people aren't necessarily always going out of their way to. Some people do, and I do make an effort to, I do try and thank them when they do. But, oh wait, no, we've already been here. This was earlier. Oh, pray with me I don't get stuck again. Yeah, it's... Oh, hello. Oh, wow! Oh, this is cool. Hey, guys. Oh, Jesus. Back up, back up, back up. Yeah, it goes without saying, don't go to the pubs or like anything like that. It's like, what the hell? I don't know what their basis is other than wanting to make money. We're doing that at the expense of human lives, it seems like, but yeah, just... Like, I know it's not the same, but, you know, we can do Zoom meetings, those are still fun, and you can still get a sense of hanging out with your mates at the pub. Like, hearing of pubs being crowded is... You know, not to spend too long on this sordid subject, but hearing of pubs being crowded is honestly making my skin crawl at the moment, so... That should not be happening. It's tough because, like, well, at least wear the mask when you go, but then if you're going to have a drink or whatever, I guess if you're going to take the mask off to do that, then that's obviously probably not going to make any difference anyway, so... Oh, really, Cricket, yeah. Well, like, how can you realistically social distance at a pub? Like, you're gonna... A lot of the tables, you're quite close together. I suppose you get those big tables, but... you're gonna still probably have people walking past you and whatnot, and, yeah. And I can't say I'm shocked the Tory government cares more about making money than lives, but... Not losing lives, but...
So, who is this guy?
Oh, this is quite cool. They're talking about us.
They say it was at Ground Zero.
The science team.
Yeah.
Shit. What, so you think this guy's responsible? Sabotage, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All I know for sure is this guy's been killing Marines.
Oh, yeah. He'll pay. He will definitely pay.
Will he now? It's a shame we don't... Oh, Jesus! How good is that hearing? Oh, dear. Whatever smugness I just exhibited, that's been completely torn out the window, hasn't it? Holy hell. Ow. Oh dear. That was being like, oh, we can sneak up on them, and then... I keep thinking we can do the equivalent of like an instant kill if you go in on them from behind, like a stealth game, but we're not in that territory. But again, the game's pretty forgiving. Like, that went pretty stupidly, horrendously badly, but... You know, we got our health back pretty alright. I should be using as well. We have got the, yeah, I should be using the Magnum as well. You know what this is? This is like a really good recovery item in an RPG where I'm reluctant to use it, but, hi, sorry, yeah, no worries at all, Cumber. Thanks so much for tuning in. All the best, man. Later. Hi, Green Moustache. The part where you are is really good. Oh, you've been playing this as well, Green Moustache. Oh, no way. I hope you're getting stuck less than I am, Moustache. That wouldn't be hard, honestly. Yeah, thank you, Jissery. That's good, at least, Matt. Yeah, I think specifically we're thinking of the cases where, like, guidelines like that aren't being followed and whatnot, and, I feel like, I mean, even then, I feel like you've really got to have a small number of tables. God, just if this country had just bloody stuck to an actual lockdown, instead of being wishy-washy about this, this would all be less risky to do. But yeah. Oh, that's quite, I appreciate you saying that, Moustache. That's quite, validating to hear, honestly, because I've been getting stuck a lot, and it's usually something that seems, I don't know if you found this, every time I've looked it up I've been like, oh, that's quite obvious, but yeah, alright, lesson learned. We can't like, ideally there I'd go up and attack with a crowbar from behind, but after what happened earlier, I don't think we could get away with that. Might not survive this. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, they don't hold back the enemies on this. They really bloody don't. So we're gonna... Ah! They really don't. Oh, that's good, Matt. I'm glad. Oh, Jesus. We might have another bad loading spot here. Oh no, it did put us back here. I don't know if that's a checkpoint kind of thing. Yeah, I feel like if any place is going to open, at the very least, be... Oh, here we are. Be absolutely... What the fuck? Wow. Well, we lost our turret before we could even use it. Yeah, if any place reopens now, just at the very least, they need to be absolutely strict. I don't have the faith every place that is opened up will be, unfortunately. Yeah, this is pretty damn brutal, isn't it? It's got God, we're taking so many hits, aren't we? So my frame rate has dropped a lot on this area as well. We're kind of balanced between 70 and 90, and it was if it was like being an outdoor area with lots of things. Yeah, it's like dropped to 68. Yeah, it's okay. We can move. Again, people have made bigger sacrifices. But it does highlight this would be quite a fun one to revisit with a whatever graphics card I get next. Oh, don't do a grenade! They're smart, they're realising I like to stay in the same place for a long time. Yeah, they know who I am, kind of interestingly. Yeah, very... Not a military to be very fond of in this game. Yeah, I was hoping to throw that closer to them, but... I would, were the arenas really this big on the original? Like, I would just be amazed if, I would be very surprised if you were aiming away from this far in the original. Yeah, I hope there's not like a really obvious sniper weapon I'm somehow not using, Oh, we're just barely getting through, aren't we? Again, the game's quite generous with health, thankfully. Oh, there we are. Yeah, assault rifle ammo as well. We've got quite a lot of that. Oof. We somehow, No, I don't seem to have it, as far as I can tell. Well, we've got that, but... Like... I don't know how we've... I wonder if we've missed that, then. It's, Yeah, should we have it? Oh, nice. Thank you, Moustache. Oh, good. Because I'm thinking of my Silent Hill 1 playthrough where I missed the rifle in that game. I was still able to get through Silent Hill 1 without that rifle, but... I keep worrying that's going to happen with this, but... I feel like they've made this game so you can't really miss when you get a new weapon. But yeah, it has been surprising how much long-range combat we've had in this without having a sniper rifle of any sort, but... At least the assault rifle is surprisingly reasonably accurate from a distance. We've been able to use that at least. Oh, Expo is the sniper. Nice. Oh, use grenade and magnum. Yeah, I need to be using the magnum more. I know it's always like the best weapon in this kind of game, isn't it? Again, I'm being too precious about it because I want to preserve its ammo. I'm like that with the magnums in the classic Resident Evil games. And they're always so good at those games.
But civilians? Wanted this damn operation anyway.
Oh, I do like this when you can kind of listen in on conversations and Hello. There we are. Trying to get used to that magnum. It's very good, isn't it? And that we can kind of iron sight a little bit. I know there was an option on this for the classic iron sight. Where was that? Yeah. Oh, there we are. It's like zooming in on GoldenEye. It's cool they've got the option for that. You know what, screw it, let's keep it on that for the moment. Just for the novelty. It's always a lever just around the corner. Yeah, in terms of getting stuck, yeah, I do hear you, Moustache. Yeah, thank you for your insight on this. Yeah, I do to use grenades more as well. I'll tell you what, let me just quickly, I'm using all the side buttons on my mouse to do the, have the various weapon shortcuts. I think I need to stick, so I think, yeah, so that's crowbar, and yeah, so I'll put 1 and 2 on, the 2 left buttons on the mouse. So I could use those for, there we are. There we are. And what was weapon category? Oh, that was yeah. Okay. It's funny as well because this obviously we're using WASD for this for the movement, which I think that was that standard by the time Half-Life 1 came out. So I've heard of like older mid-90s PC games where they had I don't know, like ESDF for movement or something like that. It's I've heard some people like alternate. Some people do like to use alternate kind of schemes to that. I'm quite happy with WASD, but oh, nice moustache, nice. There was a chance we were going to finish a bit early tonight. No, I don't think that's. I think we're going on for at least 40 minutes. So yeah, again, like it felt like we were dying and failing that whole time. That whole time in the previous section, but we got through it inexplicably. Oh, here we are.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's pretty cool. You get a rocket launch. I'm sure nothing worrying or extraterrestrial related will come along to ruin our day during this process. Oh, there you go. Oh, so Matt, you're a fan as well of this bit. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there we are. Quite happy with our current mouse shortcuts going on. I'm going to re-establish that. This is, I know I've mentioned, this is take a drink every time Jazza mentions GoldenEye, but this is such a Bond set here, isn't it? This could be like for Moonraker, couldn't it? It's quite wonderful. I wonder how, like, low resolution the equivalent textures here were in the original. Yeah, we're getting through. It does often feel like a struggle, but we are getting through. That's quite grand. We came up through that way, yeah. No, yeah, so we came around there. And then... Oh. I know, right, Jerry? Yeah. Oh, we did go down here. No, yes we did. That's how we got in there. Alright, what lever have we not pulled, or... is there anything else we need to... Yeah, I bet that was a, that must have been quite a test for, rigs back on the original, I bet. The rocket launcher. I wonder how many computers were brought to their knees by that bit. So over here, maybe? What way did we come in from? Was it... I think it was through this way, wasn't it? Yeah, this is where the soldiers were having a chat, and we attempted and didn't quite do a stealth kill. I guess this way then? Hello. But yeah, so we're about, what was this, chapter 8, I think it was? So slowly gonna get to chapter 10. I don't think I like that the caption's saying zombie alert. That's... I think zombie alert is usually a good sign, right? Yeah, I think I honestly prefer this classic zoom in, even though it's it's obviously not very contemporary, but probably just because it's reminded me of like quote unquote using the sniper rifle in GoldenEye, where again the camera just zooms in without any kind of looking down the scope or whatnot. Which, I mean, in '97 on a console, you can probably forgive that. Oh good, nice bit of electric. Nice bit of breaking our shins in as well. Nice bit of that's so and so. No, stop. Not done here yet. So yeah, we'll be doing this unless something comes up, and I'll post on Twitter if I'm not able to, but I'll hopefully do this tomorrow evening as well, and Friday evening as well. Again, thinking maybe we could finish it by the end of Friday, but we might have to see on that front. It's tricky because I don't tend to, if I'm doing a single player game like this, I don't tend to stream it on the weekend, just because that's after I've done a stream of Ring Fit on the weekend. I don't generally have another stream in me for the day. But I could make an exception for this game, I think. We are really enjoying that. Ooh. Right, is that, yeah, there we are. Oh god, no! Oh, off it goes. Oops. Oh, that's encouraging. I guess I'll trust the minecart steed isn't, that's not staying with us no more, I don't think. I do spot a guard up there. Fortunately, they spotted me. God, they're so quick to react, the guards on this. I don't think stealth is too much of an option. I wonder if you could be a bit more stealthy in Half-Life 2, maybe. Oh man, I'm gonna be good times when we get that sniper rifle, isn't it? Okay. Oh yeah. God, we get a lot of mileage out of the assault rifle, haven't we? Does that use the same ammo as the handgun? Yeah, it does. I guess that would make sense. Ah, it's a shame moustache. Well, I tell you what, let's see if we can reload that and we'll go back to the save we were just on, but let's just stay in this just to see what it's like. Hey. That's quite funny then, isn't it? So you can actually wait, did that take us? Yeah, it did, cool. Yeah, so you can kind of interrupt the intended set piece then, can't you? That reminds me of like a 3D Sonic game if they break during a loop sequence or something like that. Maybe not quite as disastrous, so it doesn't really matter that we things didn't go as intended there, but quite funny. Yeah, let's have a quick gallivant down. Oh, good. Is it? Do you know if it's like that in the original as well, Moustache, that section? I might like look up videos of the later sections of the original, just see how they compare to this. Like, I'm so curious how much they did or didn't change for this remake. There we are. Yes, this is where our trusty minecart steed did land originally. Where we probably should have been originally, but... what are you going to do? Let's resurface quickly, shall we? Yeah, no worries at all, Moustache. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm glad you're enjoying this game as well. That's really cool. Yeah, thank you so much. As I say, I look forward to more Half-Life chat. Always really enjoy that. Yeah, thanks so much, Moustache. Later. Okay. Yeah, no worries at all, Jerry. Thank you so much, as always. Thank you for the encouraging words. I needed them during times of duress. But we were progressing less than quickly. But no, thanks very much, Jittery. You have a good evening, alright? Later. Yeah, I think we might do this next chapter, which I think was chapter 10, wasn't it? Oh no, this is chapter 9, yeah. Okay, fair. I guess to beat this by the end of Friday, then we'd have to do 5 chapters per day. I'm not completely sure if we have that in us, but we'll... Oh, thank you. All the best, alright? Yeah, if I don't finish this by the end of Friday, maybe I'll make an exception for, and actually stream this on the weekend even. Oh no, Matt! Well, are you visiting that currently, Matt? Has it blatantly seen better days? Oh dear. I'm sure it has character though, right? Sure there's plenty of charm and whatnot. What's your island like, Matt? You got the projects you're working on it or anything like that? You're not really you're not the mayor in New Horizons, are you? But I guess you do still take on kind of a, I don't know, electorate position? I'm not really, Oh wow, can we kind of... Oh, do we have to use that to, like, platform up there? Yeah, that seems like that'd be too fiddly, though. But... don't really know how to get out of where we are here. Yeah, that's characterful, give or take. Yeah. Uh-oh. If he's happy with it, he's happy with it. I mean, is he happy with it? I hope so. I mean, it's quite, takes a lot of motivation, I suppose, doesn't it, to keep Animal Crossing Islands in check. Oh, actually, do we have to, can we pick those up? Yeah, how the hell do we get out of this? Actually, unless we have to... Does that, like, propel that up? No. Ah, Cricket. Cricket knows what's up. Oh god, every bloody chapter we've got to get stuck in some way on this, haven't we? Just every one. Oh, actually, can we... No, I don't think we'll make that. No. Oh, I just go around in circles. I guess maybe we do have to use these? Yeah, so we get that one. So do we have to, like... Now, why are we kind of bouncing off that like that? Alright. Oh, we're gonna have to look something up every time, aren't we? Okay, so...
That dirty rat! He's cheating! Look!
Okay, move up to this section. We'll be quick, honest. I'm quite early on the chapter, so I should be able to find what I'm looking for. I just don't want to do this with every chapter. I don't know how this keeps happening. Oh, that's a good shout, Arbor. Oh, I think this is an earlier version of Black Mesa. This video I found. Oh, is this the actual chain theme then? Oh, I think I recognise it, yeah. I know the instrumental tracks a bit more from that game. It's such a good soundtrack, isn't it? Oh god, hurry up, why? YouTube's being slow again. So...
Must go faster.
Right, can we just, let's have a look. Just out of reach. But I keep finding... I don't know if these are making a difference, though, these floaty things, but... Ah, there we are! Oh, thank God. Oh, I was on the right lines then, I just needed to find another one. Okay. Oh, thank God. Yeah. So a bit of light puzzle solving then. Oh, thank goodness. There we are. Hey. Yeah, funny enough, those zombies, I think, are the enemies I fear the least. We're generally able to sort them out, not too much trouble. Yeah, there we are, Matt. Yeah. I think what was throwing me off is every time we put one in, that didn't seem to make it a difference. So I was sort of like, well, is it not? But I think by the time I found that final one, it's like, oh yeah, they are expecting you to move them and put them to the to that section. Yeah. Oh, thank God. We can move on with our lives. Oh, cheers, Gabe. Maybe dropped us now. Why is Paul Gordon having to swim through so much gross, disgusting water? God. Poor lad. Oh yeah, thank you. I feel like I might as well just keep that on the whole time, because it does feel like we are often having to be right back after we get, while we get stuck. Yeah. The, for some reason, first person swimming in Devil May Cry. I mean, granted, I don't know what Devil May Cry, if you kept the third person camera and you made it, if you swam via that, I do not know how that would be. Jesus. Oh, cheers, game. That was a nice surprise. We opened the valve and cones of fire. Yeah, like, what do you think was the driving force that led to that? I guess they were just experimenting with whatever they could do, weren't they? It's just so bizarre. It's I don't even necessarily dislike that part of Devil May Cry 1. It's fascinating and weird, and you do it for so little time as well, this swimming, so it's which just makes it all the more inexplicable, really. Yeah, I don't think we really gained anything from coming in here. Oh, there we are. To get some ammo. Is there one over here as well? God, Gordon can't be smelling too good right now, can he? Oh, that's right. Ocarina of Time was meant to be first person. Yeah, that would have been. God, it'd be weird to play a Zelda game entirely in first person. I guess they had a compromise, didn't they, with firing things like the bow in first person, which is quite a good way to get around that. Yeah, a whole Zelda game in first person, I don't think would. I don't think we'd go for that, would we? I know, AG Anuba, he's really keen on Skyrim, isn't he? So I almost wonder if, I almost wonder if they consider that for Breath of the Wild, doing a lot of stuff in first person, which doesn't really happen in that game, does it? Well, like Triforce Heroes and like the Tingle ones as well. Oh, there's that crab that wants to... Oh, I saw a head crab there. That was like, oh good, that's so nice. Dealing with head crabs underwater. You always go for that. Link's crossbow trainer must be... Yeah, actually, yeah, even the light gun game, the one genre that is very consistently... That's a good point, actually. The one genre that's consistently first person. Yeah, they made third person. Here we are. Actually, let's see what this does look like with the upgraded. Okay, now we are keeping that on the new iron sight. I think we are, anyway. Maybe we'll go back and forth between them. Oh, good. What? Oh, that was the door jamming on us. Oh, good. Oh, that is satisfying to use, although we also don't have much ammo for it, so... Oh, nice, Cricken. Well, I think that was the reason they did ultimately realise, oh, the Link is such a good, iconic character design. And they upgraded them really nicely for Ocarina of Time as well, that, yeah, you would want to see him. You would ideally want to see him at all times in one way or another. Even if you are seeing the back of his head a lot of the time. Also, if the game had stayed at 20 frames per second, I definitely would not have wanted it to be first person. That'd be a bit nauseating. Oh jeez. Oh, you wanted more. No. God, so much water. So much going into murky water in this game. More than I expected, honestly. Oh god. Ah! Ah! Away! Away! God, I thought the fish in Mario 64 was bad, the one that eats you. Let's not delve down, shall we? Yes, I have, Ben. This is the new game. Plus, 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 plus. Is there a way I can... Oh, there we go. Zoom acceleration. I assume... Get that up a bit. There we are. It's just moving very slow it was doing that. Oh, come on, how can we not jump during this bit? There might be stuff down there, but I'd rather not. I don't want to deal with those big piranha fins. Ooh. Bit of a posture check as well. Oh. Thank you, Ben. You're looking out for me, buddy. You're making me stay relevant as well with those dabs. We like that. You need a CRT, Cricket. There's a million CRTs in this game. They're only really to be weaponized and oh wow, look at that. Oh gosh. I feel like I'm getting like a slight glimmer of the ending of 2001 The Space Odyssey with this. Oh wow. Yeah. Bit of a light visual glitch then. It's pretty polished overall, this remake, it seems. But yeah, some visual glitchiness. I like that idea, Ben. Let's have a look. Okay, so I haven't seen who this is, but I just landed on one at random. See if I can figure out who they are by like. Well, I don't know actually. Is that their fists they're holding? Oh, it's Little Mac, isn't it? Yeah, Little Mac. There we are. Got Machinator. Let's see if I can get him just in there. It's Balrog. Close enough. They do use him to represent the Balrog spirit, don't they? In Smash Ultimate, don't they? It's quite fun. I balanced them on like 10 game boxes. So I got the camera up quite high. There he is. Right. Okay. You're teaching Grubhub. Oh, that's sweet, Matt. Oh, what a nice bonding exercise. Yeah, thank you, Ben. That was quite a fun idea. Just pick one at random. I'm game for that. Yeah, look at the the weird visual glitchy redness going down there. Water interaction does feel very weird in this game. Well, I think it might be partly because we've got like I did a very light mod for the game to make it so we could toggle crouching on and off instead of having to hold the button. But I think we are running into trouble where we're staying in crouch mode while we swim, and that causes weird complications. So what is that sniper rifle under? Is that? Oh, it's under that one. Okay. Yeah, there's our boy Balrog helping us out. How are you this evening, Ben? Have you been working today, or? And also, are you still doing nighttime Pokemon Go Galavants? That sounds really cool. I like the idea of that. Just going for a nighttime walk, making sure you have all the local gyms. And Team Instinct, right? Your Team Instinct? Same as me? Oh, you do now and then. Oh, nice. Pokemon Go Introvert Edition. I did see they've made a way for... Oh, you are Instinct! Oh, wow. I was doing that as a joke, to be honest, expecting to hear, like, no, not Instinct, but I forgot you actually are Instinct, so... How nice. How nice. Hooray for Zapdos. Magnificent. No, it's, yeah, they've, yeah, I saw they did something to make raids, as you say, more kind of, well, not introvert friendly necessarily, but you could do them a bit more, at your own pace and whatnot, right? Hiya, Sultan. For someone consume code. No, I no points for Gryffindor. I do not get this joke. I don't know if that's reference dependent, maybe. But alas, I do not. I'm sure it's very funny, if you know. Alas, I do not. I do not. But I hope you're well regardless, Sultan. Charmed. Ah!
You can do anything.
Get mixed messages here. Tell you what, this platform is, this is quite a... I remember the Zero Punctuation review when he revisited the original Half-Life. He was all like,
Oh, shit!
it was all like, there's way more platforming in this game than I remember. I'm guessing that is probably a bit jankier in the original. Problem is, I don't want to leave that too late when we're about to get our skull crushed in. That'll do, pig. Let's change to I like that, it's a crossbow kind of weapon. That's quite fun. God, that shotgun sound is proper chef's kiss, isn't it? It's so satisfying. Oh, God. Not really escaped that one. Yeah, it's such a charmer, aren't you, Sultan? Oh dear. Or like Pratt's fallen. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh god, it's been a while since we've seen a friendly face. Oh, there we are. Hello.
Gordon Freeman, it is you, isn't it?
Hey.
The science team has been tracking your progress with the Black Mesa security system. Unfortunately, so has the military. That suit of yours is full of tracking devices.
Jeez.
Still, it's better than going naked in this place. It's cold in there, so you'll have to hurry.
He's not speaking from experience on that last point, is he?
If you're bent on reaching the Lambda complex, then you'll want to keep to the older industrial areas where the security system is full of holes. It's worked for me, so far.
Nice chap.
Freeman, there's nothing more you can do here. Keep pushing onward until you reach the Lambda complex.
Oh jeez, but... Oh there. Well, that was pleasant. Golden Flea Man. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're really big on Left 4 Dead 2. Nice, Cricken. Yeah, there would obviously be a crossover, wouldn't there? Do you use a crowbar in Left 4 Dead at all?
This house is too dangerous.
That would just end up feeling like a Half-Life nod, wouldn't it? Even if that's not necessarily the intention, but... Like, it's not that atypical an idea for a weapon, is it, a crowbar? It's just... I mean, just because it's the primary melee weapon in this game, and because this game was so good, it's... It has to make something as seemingly perfunctory as a... it managed to make something as seemingly perfunctory as a crowbar iconic. Ooh. Not our best aim, that. Oh, good. Oh, that is a good sniper. Oh, you can use a frying pan. Oh, yeah, I think I remember that, yeah. Yeah. We'll play that again sometime if you... We'll play that again sometime. If you want. Again, don't expect great performance from me on it, but... It's good fun, isn't it? Okay, yeah. Oh, nice, Matt. Sounds like Dead Cells has got a really good, good gallery of weapons to pick from. Oh, you fucker. They ducked right at the last second. He's behind us as well. dear. Not a great run there. We're definitely benefiting from there being a pretty high margin of error in this. And copious health packs too. That always helps. Oh, nice, Matt. What are you playing that on? You playing that on PC or Switch, Dead Cells? I'll have to pick that up. I hope that shows up in like a Humble Bundle. Oh, no! Oh, low blow. He's about to give us useful information. I hope Freeman's not too traumatized by all this. I certainly would be. Oh, poor lad. Oh, this is going to be a proper shootout here, isn't it? Oh, here we are. Oh, why is the the armor one is always empty? That's usually the one we need, honestly. All right, who's being like so and so's over there? Oh wow, they're quite acrobatic. Oh yeah, these are. Oh, these are ninjas. I have heard about the ninjas that turn up in this game, which is quite fun. But they're assassins, yeah. God, there's some fun goofiness in this, isn't there? Where you at? Hello. Is there another one? Hmm. Yeah, they go for quite a few fun, schlocky sci-fi things in this, don't they? Say ninjas. Honest to God, ninjas. Ooh. So what, let's use the Where you at? There you are.
Dancing is forbidden.
Oh yeah, there you go, Sultan. Good in for it. Where the heck did they go? Hello. Oh, I do actually probably need to be in the sniper for that range. Could probably just move past them, admittedly. Oh, damn it, now I'm too close for the There we are. Yeah, maybe stave off the God, it feels so good to land the sniper shot in this kind of game, doesn't it? No, I'm glad you're happy with it. I've never really... I've not watched a lot of the Adult Swim stuff, to be honest. I know, like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is one of their really big ones, isn't there? Along with the likes of Harvey Birdman and whatnot. It does seem like a very funny show. Oh, you hate these enemies, do you, Matt? To be honest, this game's enemies have generally been very annoying. But that does make them very satisfying to defeat, should you get to that part with them. I'd probably do Team Fortress 2 if maybe it came up as like a multiplayer game we play. I don't know for sure off the top of my head. I mean, we were talking about Left 4 Dead 2, Cricket and I, and... Was it Jeff and Lee who also played that with us, I think, Cricket, and we did that at some point. I'm not a huge multiplayer shooter guy, but Team Fortress 2 is very likeable and fun, isn't it? Yeah, I don't tend to do very well in those games. Ah, here we are. So what's that activated? Oh, nice, yeah. I don't think I was always getting the lowest score, right? I don't think I was. I definitely was sometimes, but... again, my ability could probably be overestimated in those games. But I do like them. Who did, I think I like played as Pyro in, from what I played of Team Fortress 2, which wasn't a huge amount. Oh, you Bellion! Oh, I think this area is new, is it? How are you doing, you Bellion? The analysis. It was quite funny actually. The frame rate dropped a heck of a lot in no. No. Not as badly as we just dropped. Oh my lord.
Nice hit. That's the guy? Yeah. We got him. Alright, come on, give me a hand here.
Well, thank God they're presumably taking us alive.
This guy's heavy.
What do you mean this guy's heavy? That's the power suit, alright?
Freeman guy. Top side. Questioning.
Yeah, that's me.
We got him.
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
And they find the body? Hey. What body?
They do revel in their villainy, this military, don't they? Oh dear. Okay, so I told a lie. We'll probably do this chapter as well. And then probably the one after that. Nah, don't worry. Thank you anyway, Sultan. I do appreciate that, though. Thank you. Let me just check what's... No, okay. Orange is slimming. That's amazing. Oh, we're out of our weapons. That's, yeah, so we're on chapter 10. If I could get 10 done, that leaves, what, 11 to... Well, actually, chapter 20 is actually the credits, so... I guess that would just be, 11 to, 19 then, wouldn't it? Okay. I might, anything I can do to... Oh, Jesus. Anything I can do to ease it up a bit for, Not that I'm trying to rush this, but... It would make things a bit easier if we could, just get it done for the... Oh, good. Oh. Oh, nice, there we go. I was like, oh, well, what do we do now, then? Sure. Hey! Probably should have known there was going to be a bit like this, where we get back to basics on what weapons we have available. Right as we got the sniper rifle crossbow as well, it's a bit cruel. Yeah, it's a classic game scenario, this, isn't it? I think certainly a lot of games, like Metal Gear Solid, I'm pretty sure did that as well. Then, I mean, you definitely get captured in that game. Yeah, you've not exactly got a lot in terms of weaponry on you. So how do we? Speedrun stream. You know it, Garge. The Garge? Oh my gosh. I stop getting people's names wrong. That probably, is that a sign of is senility? No, senility is not a word. I was gonna say, I don't know if that's a sign of, losing my mind in some way. I think I'm already there, regardless. Oh, geez, armor, yeah, that... Good lord, that's a vulnerability-inducing sequence and a half, isn't it? Okay, we got head crabs about. Where are they at? Where are they at? Come fly, my pretty. There you are. I guess that's how you deal with them, isn't it? Like, at least if you're gonna do it short range, you gotta do a little feint towards them. Well, at least try to. Hello, forgive me, I hope I pronounced this correctly. Is that Vixek Chatham? Vixek Chatham? Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, I tell you what, actually, we'll have a bit of quote-unquote fun here. Yuvalian. Let's put them on Ultra. And... I think that's killed the frame rate. It's killed the frame rate a little. I mean, you won't. I don't think you'll notice on stream because it's above 60, but I think that's killed the frame rate as much as I might have expected. Oh, it does cut it a little bit, to be honest. I don't even know if I can necessarily notice how much better they are. They do look nice as is, don't they? Very pretty. Oh, is that Vog? I'm so sorry. Is that Vogsek? Vogsek? Or Vogshek? Is it? I'm so sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I hope you're well, though. Thank you so much for coming in. And excuse my likely terrible pronunciation. Is that all we do here? It's actually real water being live streamed. Yeah, this is just me having a gallivant in my nearby neighbourhood. See my house somewhere up there. Voiksek. Like that? Voiksek? Oh god, I'm sorry. V-O... So you're saying like... V-O-I, so V-O-I... Voiksek. Oh gosh, this is... Wojciech. Wojciech, like that, is it? Like Matt's saying. That's on me, that is completely on me. I don't tend to be very good at pronouncing words or names I'm not familiar with, unfortunately. It doesn't reflect well on me. Oh, Kraken. There we go, Wojciech. There we go. Oh, you must get that a lot. I'm really sorry. We got there. I got there in the end, with much help. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Wojciech. Are you a fan of Half-Life? I think we're basically about halfway through this now, aren't we? So hopefully finishing in the next couple of days, I think. Are you, Bellion? Nice cloud simulation. Brilliant. See if we can help this guy. Hello. It's alright, we'll help you out. I think. Wait, where did he go? Is that the only head crab? Oh dear. Was that another one? Where though? Did we just get close to the fire? You are nice. Yeah, this is my first. Can you believe this is my first time playing Half-Life properly through? In any capacity, I've somehow taken this long to get to it. But I really enjoyed it, and this seems like a great way to play this remake. There we go. It's been a while since we've seen one of those on fire, hasn't it? Oh, nice Wojciech. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. It's, I assume you'll be playing it like having played the original, so it'll be cool to see what you think of it. like as I said, I've not really played the original, at least that length. So, oh, there we go, pistol. Ah, I need to remind myself the right mouse button also shoots with the pistol. It does like a faster range, but a faster rate of fire, but less attack, kind of thing.
Okay.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Wojciech. Thank you very kindly. Jesus. They don't even cut. You barely the Digital Foundry video on this game did say this game lacks proper ambient occlusion. I think at least while outside and inside it kind of fakes it. That's okay though. We'll be alright. He did actually suggest you like force it on externally, but to be honest, I'm already pushing my graphics card, trying to play this at the resolution frame rate I am trying that at, so I probably shouldn't make it any more demanding. We'll just compromise. It'll be heartbreaking, but we'll compromise on the ambient occlusion. I knew that one would get us. Well, I think we came in this way, didn't we? Oh, here we are, so we can... There we are. I have no doubt we're missing lots of stuff as well, but I think sometimes with this kind of game you have to you have to kind of come to acceptance with that, don't you? Can't you add yeah, I think you can, Cricket. Yeah, you can add a few things through that. I think certain other things you are better to add through, like, reshade is a tool you can do that with. Because I've tried forcing ambient occlusion in some games, and then it just, like, cakes every character and thing over with shadow in the way that, like, just... it means you can barely make out anyone's face after to an extent where it's like, oh, this clearly was not made with this in mind. I think that's probably generally for older games, or at least games with less realistic kind of art styles or rendering. Like, I remember doing it for Sonic and All-Stars Racing, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and just everyone it just gave everyone the moodiest lighting possible, like, very much to a fault, so lesson learned. It won't work everywhere. Right, exactly, Matt. Yeah, I wasn't describing it very well. That's a better way of putting it. Yeah, like they're a cartoon character that just got blown up, basically, yeah. No. Oh, you bellion. How you've gotten so good at that for Digital Foundry, that full Digital Foundry kind of talk, you bellion. It's very impressive. I hope to reach those impressive heights one day. Yeah, I hope you do enjoy this voice track. It'd be interesting to hear the perspective on this from someone who has played the original. It feels like a very modern game, honestly, in so many ways. Even just playing it fresh like this. Yeah, like, ah! Ow. Yeah, I think the game does want us to do some platforming here. Maybe try this one. Are you, Bellion? Distant relation, maybe. Oh god, am I? Oh, there we are. I was genuinely very worried we were stuck there. Thankfully not. Although, have I gone... Oh, there we are. Keep losing track of where I am. It seems quite generous, at least, in terms of when they dip into the vat of, I assume, acid, right? Or at least something you don't want to be in. It seems fairly forgiving on the timing on that. Lots of nice little surprises like that in this game, aren't there? There we are. Oh, really, Matt? I don't, I go back and forth on first-person platforming. It can be such a nuisance, can't it? And tough to judge distance. Like, as long as they make it fairly forgiving in terms of, like, how much you can, I don't know, I want you to have, like, big clown or soap shoes of some kind, so you, you don't lose your footing easily. Yeah, let's not make a rush back into that again. Boy, there's got to be some Duke Nukem related Half-Life mods, right? I bet there are. I keep some of the really big alien creatures in this. They do remind me a bit of. They look like they could be in a Duke Nukem game. Like, more so than I would have expected, honestly. Although this obviously goes for a bit of a different tone to Duke Nukem. Although saying that, actually, Duke Nukem 3D is a surprisingly creepy game.
Yeah, that's me.
There he is.
Probably wondering how I got into this situation.
Otherwise, Wojciech.
It's time to kick ass and eat granola. Luckily for you, I brought plenty of granola.
Ah, that classic Duke quote. Showing his hardened attitude. At its best. Yeah, there is quite a lot of platforming in this, isn't there? I guess mileage may vary on how... Oh dear. How much you may like that. I don't know, I don't mind it too much. Like, I like Mirror's Edge, despite its flaws. But I do also acknowledge that platforming in first person can just be so imprecise and fiddly. It doesn't seem as bad as it could be here in terms of... Like, I don't think you can do pixel precision, really. In first person, you can't really go for like Super Meat Boy levels of having to be like perfect to the dot of where you land and whatnot. I think as long as they kind of recognise that and design these sections as appropriate, it's not too bad. Admittedly, a pretty big if though. Yeah, I keep feeling bad for, like, aside from the amount of bullets he's had to take, Gordon, and seeing so many of his colleagues meet a horrible death and probably not being very certain of his own survival chances. Aside from all that unpleasantness, he's also having to swim through so much horrible sewage water. Like, this can't be very nice, right? Like, you can't be coming out of this just with, like, a cold and whatnot, you know, so... I don't know, a cheeky bit of cholera or something on the side. Not very nice, whatever the case. no, Matt. Oh no. Oh dear. Speaking of hot liquidy substances. Ooh. Oh, I don't think we were even meant to. Oh, here we are. Oh, God. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, a lot of sewer related levels in this, kind of surprisingly. Void, yeah. Bit nasty. Good fire effects in this as well. Again, anytime something looks really good in this remake, I really want to see what it looks like in the original. Just for sake of comparison. Ooh, here we are. Ooh, we like all this. Is that just like everything, basically? Oh, not everything, but quite a lot at least. So we've got pistol.
Oh, looks like a turd.
Yeah, so we've got pistol, assault rifle, grenades, and... Well, I think that's it, but that's still quite good. I'll certainly happily take all of that. That's a very unfortunately good use of that sound effect, Cricken. Whee. Guys, we could do with, there we go. Yeah, at least the swimmer controls are pretty good. I think they're probably a bit easier to do in first person. Maybe that is why Devil May Cry did those swimming sections in first person. As inexplicable as they were. Maybe that was their reason. Just lob everything about. Cricket, I'll save this CRT for you. Yeah. Oh no, Cricket! Might be worth reloading the page, maybe. Because I have got the setting on Twitch where it should be pretty quick. The delay should be pretty minimal, but I think it can be more so on the phone, can't it? Is there any way to not take fall damage here? I tell you what, these bits are actually reminded me of, you know in Portal 1, where you start breaking away from the regular puzzle rooms. It's really reminded me of that, the kind of going in and out of these mesh, out of the way kind of areas. I feel like you're not meant to go through them almost, but they are the intended design. Ah! This could have gone better. Let's use a grenade. That could have gone better. Got most of our health at least. I just chipped away at our armor quite a bit. Yeah. Yes, we fell down here, didn't we? Oh, it's just taking us back there anyway. It's such a troll when you see health stations like that and they're empty. Not our favourite. Oh, nice point, boy check, no way. I think I'd prefer that red Mesa. That's quite fun. Red Mesa. So does that turn that? Yeah, that's turned that off. Nice. Whee. God, Gordon just goes through like the grossest or most claustrophobic or tough to navigate environments, doesn't he? You kind of just wish him to have like a nice Mushroom Kingdom gallivant or something, not all these horrible dilapidated sewers and whatnot. Oh, cricket! Oh no, they look good for 19.99. I think, yeah, they do look good for 19.99. Ah, that looks less good. So what does that do in terms of? I knew we would try to chance that too much. Maybe we could do what? Ah! No, we can't. Oh god! No, we don't want more of that. There we are. Oof. You barely had. Probably not too far off, yeah. I mean, I know there's two versions of original Half-Life, I want to say, right? In terms of, I think there are like later official upgraded character models you can apply to it. Well, it's probably, you know, still a bit janky by today's standards, but pretty cool still. The character models in this game look so good though, don't they? This remake. Cool. Pancake. Yeah, great sense of mood in these settings as well. Ooh, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Oh, we definitely didn't want to take that big a fall. And, right, was that? Yeah, yeah. We will definitely call it after this. Yeah, we're still on chapter 10? Yeah. I can say reasonably confidently I won't be tempted to do another chapter after this. I do feel my concentration waning. We still ended up going over 3 hours today, did we? Not the, not as expected, frankly, but at least we're not ending past 2 AM this time. Oh, it's a ladder there. Saved myself a big headache just by using that. We can get up. There we are. Yeah, well, this is the actual, like, this is the all-out remake. This isn't the that we're playing, Black Mesa. And it's so cool. They did such a good job with this. I love that it's the typical Valve thing as well, of this being something done by Valve, but sorry, this being something done by fans, but Valve more than happily kind of approved it, and you know, now it seems people do think this is the definitive way to play Half-Life 1, so fair dues. Oh, there's another. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, the Half-Life modding scene is obviously so big, isn't it? So yeah, I'm sure there's like another kind of thing like this as well. Ah, it's one of these ones. do we? Yeah, I'm getting reminded of the Portal in a few ways playing this. Like, some of the... I think especially when this gets puzzly, it does... The kind of pace of it does remind me a bit of Portal. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're meant to... So we can move this back and forth, this platform we're on, but I don't know to what end, really. Mad. I'm at least glad that... I mean, I guess Sega are in a similar position, almost, sort of, where... It's not quite fan-made works, but they are, like, letting... They are licensing out their franchises to small developers and whatnot. Which is how we're having stuff like Wonder Boy or Alex Kidd or Streets of Rage come back. Yeah, if that's what it takes, then go for it, I say. Yeah. Yeah, a bit confused here, I must admit. It's been a while since we've been stuck, so I guess it was inevitable. Yeah, what does It's almost like, are we meant to like smash something with it, or Matt, yeah. I mean, there were a group of fans trying to make their own Mother / Earthbound game, and then that... I think sometimes with those fan creations, they eventually kind of decide, well, if we're going to put this much effort into something, we might as well make it its own thing. And then they can sell it and whatnot. Oh, there we are. God damn it, it was just that very simple switch the whole time. That's all it was. Let's move it back just a tad. I bet if you know what you're doing, you can blaze through this game really quickly, right? Definitely not in this case, but...
Power 60%.
Okay. Ow, ow. Again, though, we didn't take much damage from that, so we shan't complain. Yeah, they do not count to 3, do they?
Power 85%.
They do not count to 3. Like Left 4 Dead went to 2. Portal went to 2, obviously Half-Life went to episode 2 of Half-Life 2. What about Dota 3? Is that likely? I basically know nothing about Dota, but that's probably technically their most profitable game, I'm going to assume, by this point. I think there is there's like a new high-res texture pack, I think, for Portal now. Which is quite nice. Oh, Matt. I'm at least glad it's not too far the other way, even if it does mean like cynical acid flips and all that other stuff Jim Sterling loves. Oh, come on, we jumped in time for that. Apparently not. There was something on there as well. It'll take too long to get back. Yeah. Oh, you reckon you're Valiant, yeah. I would like to play... I've kept meaning to go back and do playthroughs of Portal 1 and 2 again, but... I mean, they are quite short, aren't they? So... Especially the first one. It can be done pretty quickly. Call it Portal 2.5. Well, I know if you want a lot of Portal, there is like a ton of custom content people have made for... I want to say both Portal games, actually. I think they both have, like, extensive creation tools if you really want to go to town on that. I think it's the kind of thing where the community have made levels, like, much harder than anything in the main campaigns.
Ammunition depleted.
Guess they weren't anywhere near that.
Warning. Hazardous chemical detected.
Oh yeah, here we go. There we are. Hiya, Grum. How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for coming in. How are you today, Grum? Yeah, like, trying to imagine a Valve game with modern level of visuals is quite interesting, isn't it? I wonder if they would have it be like how the next consoles are going to be as well, where it would at least be encouraged for you to have an SSD so the game could load like really quickly and whatnot. But yeah, how are you today, Grom? Hope you're doing well, man. We're having the right gallivant in this. Oh, have we gone back on ourselves? Yeah, we totally have, haven't we? I guess at least we can try and do the, oh god, we've got to go through this bit again. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, so where do we actually have to... I want to get whatever... Oh, I think that's just ammo. I still quite like it, though. I'll just go that way, I assume, then. I don't think there's much... I think they call it coyote time in this kind of game, where you can jump after you've left a platform. There we are. I don't think there's too much of that. So I guess that's one way the platforming is quite unforgiving. Yeah, I hope you're well today, Grum. I won't be on for too much longer. I hope you're doing well, Grum. Let's just get back this way again quickly. Oh, nice, Matt. Ooh, we'll have a look. I will have a look. Portal 2 episode 1. So they still wouldn't have done a third entry in any capacity. That's very funny. And Portal probably would suit an episodic structure like that, although I think there's been a lot of cases of games not succeeding under an episodic nature, right? Like, I think that model eventually kind of fizzles out for Telltale and whatnot. Although the Final Fantasy VII Remake is bringing that back a bit, isn't it? Ow. Yeah, I'm not completely sure where we're meant to be going next, I won't lie. No, we were down there earlier. Yeah, no, we've been through there so many times by this point. Definitely not there. What did you tweet me about? I'll have a proper look in a bit now. Yeah, no, we have been on there. Don't worry. Yeah, it's very easy to end up going around in circles on this game. Let's just pop down here again quickly. Yeah, no, that's the way we came through earlier. Oh, nice, Cricken! Oh, I don't think I finished the Fox social link on Persona 4. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Oh, well done. I do like the kind of bizarre yet wistful and ultimately quite charming interactions you do have with the Fox. Yeah, I don't get this. So we came across the enemy there, we go up this way, and that seems like we're going to progress, and then we just kind of go back in on ourselves, really. Let me try and keep a very close eye and see what where we definitely haven't been. Yeah, no, this just loops back to where we were earlier. So confused. Oh god, we're gonna look this up again, aren't we? Black Mesa residue. Is it this easy? Is it easy to get this stuck in Half-Life 2 as well? Yeah. Oh. Let's have a quick look. Apparently this is meant to be a really short chapter as well. I'm trying to figure out where they are. Oh, is that a new area? Yeah, I think that is. Okay, so they go through the bit with the fire, where I always take damage without fail. Yeah, they go up there. Right, yeah. Oh, okay. I think we came across that bit ages ago. I just never actually... And so they go left there. Right. Okay, I think I know vaguely. Just trying to remember how to get there specifically. I think that's a different room from this one. Two is much better in that sense. Nice. I am willing to put a lot of this on me in terms of me getting stuck so easily, but I do wonder if that's a thing a lot of people find with this one. It's just very easy to get confused about where you're meant to be going. It's cool though, I don't begrudge the game for it. It just makes me worry streaming it in terms of just being on the same bit over and over. Right, here we are. Just how are you not meant to take damage there? Ah, a bug. Right, so here specifically. There we go. I think it's just very, very easy to miss the one bit you're actually meant to go to. Here we are. So, oh, I think we're definitely reloading that. Well, this might be the same year as this actually, Mario Party 1, maybe? Yeah, I think Mario Party 1 might be 1999, so there we are. Unless this game was 98, so I can never remember if it's 98 or 99. Oh no! Oh, very well done. I love it. That's great. There we are. God, look at these, some of these stark colours in this game. Like, look at these, horrible, lurid greens we've got going on here. Beautiful. Right, do we have, we still don't have shotgun yet. I really want the shotgun back. Maybe we just came across shotgun shells, I want to say, but... Hey, well done, Matt. You're a good teacher, clearly. Oh, that's sweet. Right, are we, okay, I think this is the next chapter now. Oh god. Yeah. Let's give these a quick shooty shoots. Had perfect comedic timing that last bit, didn't it? Right, there we are. I'm sorry that was a very uneventful last 20 minutes, especially to end the stream with, but we are on chapter yeah, we're on chapter 11 now, so maybe we can do roughly 4 to 5 chapters tomorrow and Friday each and get this done, so yeah, there we go. Thanks so much, everyone. Again, sorry it's been such a start-stop stream with how often I kept getting stuck. I felt really bad about that, but we slowly made our way, didn't we? Yeah, let's see if Cumber's... Yeah, it looks like he's still going, so we'll give him a quick rose. Right, Cumberdones. Not that Cumberdones. Let's go for the correctly spelt one. Alright, oh, hello Java. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Yeah, you missed a lot of me wandering about sewers and production line factories and getting confused and stuck. It's not the most eventful stream in a lot of ways, but we've been enjoying. I do rate this game very highly. Turns out Half-Life is good. But yeah, thank you so much everyone. Give Cumberdanes a nice welcome for me. And I'll be on this again tomorrow evening, maybe with like an 8 PM start, give or take. We'll see how that plays out. But I do want to be on this again tomorrow evening. So yeah, thanks so much everyone. All the best. Good night.
Smooth rotation.
Take care.
Miracles? By God.